Tonight, for the first time, a former senior military intelligence officer comes forward to say what we've only imagined is true.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone.
You had the security classifications to go anywhere and ask anyone anything.
I had, based on my formal security clearance and multiple polygraphs, I had the ability to be read into any program that I needed. At one point in time, I was extremely highly cleared.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's special Monday night episode of Alien Addict. As you all know, we're going to talk about the whistleblower, Oliver, David,
I'm not the whistleblower,
and Stuart. How are we
Blow
doing?
some whistles.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are we doing?
I don't know. I'm good. Feel a little bit tense, a little bit happy, a little bit. The feelings are just flowing.
Feel less. You're a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Snap
Yeah,
out of it.
You're right. You're right.
Come on. Come on.
I think
Repress that.
It's still very liquid on my
We
glass.
can deal with your emotions when you're like 70 on your deathbed. It's fine.
Yeah. Only then.
Emotions are the things that are flowing right now in the UFO world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody seems to be able to get on with themselves, do they?
Nobody has answers. No, not one.
No. Everyone has answers. Everyone knows 100% what we're going to talk about tonight is either true or false. Everyone knows that it's true or false.
I beg to differ.
No. I mean, I think you're right. They shouldn't do. But you know, there's an extreme argument there. Yeah. I've just before we start talking about this, I was watching the young lad from the Las Vegas UFO alien back garden thing. He did a TikTok live talking about the thing again. Like he was basically just like verified a story, talked more about the creature thing, said it snarled at him and it had teeth, which I thought was weird.
Sounds like a demon.
Does sound
like it eats meat.
But once again, like listening to the kid talk, I didn't think he was lying to me.
But is that the story changing now? Is he embellishing it now?
Maybe. I mean,
he's had a month with this. Do you know what I mean? Before it went viral.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it did snarl at him, maybe that's why the whole family went back inside and prayed.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd run the fuck away if it was me.
It's a good bit of honesty.
I would.
It's good to know who you are.
No, an 8-foot alien.
That has the greatest timing.
I'd have pushed the weakest in that garden and I'd have made my way home.
No, you kick him right in the knee, right in the side of the knee as hard as you can. Kick till something crunches, then you run. Same way to get away from a bear.
My money's on the alien from the
every
bear.
time.
It'd be fun, right?
So I take it everyone has seen the. Is it Grusch? Grunch? Have we settled on Grusch?
Grusch.
Grusch.
But
Right,
if you want to call him Grudge, I'm sure he'll appreciate. I'm sure.
Just call him
I'm sure
Crutch.
Well, that's what I had in my head. I thought, right, Grudge.
To be fair,
right.
I called him Thrush last night.
You did call him Thrush.
You did call him Thrush, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
don't know, all
I'm
I
sure it
said was-
irritated him.
I said, I can't remember what his name is. It rhymes with Thrush. Grush. Is it a common name, Dave, in the States, Grush?
Like I know everyone. Hell no. I have no idea.
Have you heard that name before?
I've heard
No,
that
but
question.
there's a lot of
before.
people here, man. There's a lot of people and a lot of different names. Very few recycle.
So you don't know the man personally, then? No.
Not personally. Not
No.
personally.
Okay.
No. Him or his family or his people.
Who's his boss?
Yeah, we report to the same guy. No, yeah, man. I not a common name that I understand, but in America, because we are a melting pot, you have a lot of names. Like it, who knows? But it was interesting. It was interesting.
I found it more interesting than I thought it was going to. Like
Yeah, me
the snippets, I think that that were put out, that especially what we watched in the body language thing, I think they came across
Bad.
worse than the whole interview was. Yeah, but and this is like, I can't say this without it turning into a joke. I'm not accusing Mr. Grusch of anything here, but the interview did remind me, just in the way the man held himself in the interview, nothing else surrounding it, reminded me of the Prince Andrew interview.
I mean, when you're talking to an autistic person,
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it was. There was. He had
it
a
had
very
that kind of vibe.
In a non-noncy way. I know what you're saying.
Yes.
you mean like you're talking to an autistic person?
Maybe. Yeah.
There's no abuse there. There's just
Not that we know of yet. We should start that.
no alien abuse. But I know what you're saying.
It had that awkward feel to it. The only difference was the interviewer wasn't like going after him, whereas the lady was going after Prince Andrew. Oh, rightly so. But the interview was so different.
Did you feel that? What's his name, Stu? The interviewer, the Australian
Ross
guy.
Coulthard.
Do you feel that he asked all the right questions, or would you view?
I thought it was terrible.
He was softballing it
I
all
thought
the
he was
way.
terrible.
There wasn't a hard question or a pushed follow-up question or anything.
But do you not think some of those? Do you not think there was a conversation beforehand to say what you can and can't ask?
Oh, the whole thing would have been scripted effectively,
Yeah.
like question and answer. I mean, Ross would have known what he was going to say before he asked the question.
Yeah.
He asked questions like a drunk man in a pub, because he would be given an answer and then immediately ask the question again. So it's like, when you hear someone's really drunk in a pub and someone turns around and says, "Joe, I fingered Debbie," and then someone will go, "What, you telling me you fingered Debbie?" Well, yeah, he's just told you that. But he did that with every question. He asked the question back again. It was weird. Kind of felt like he was going around in circles.
But that's for the audience, that type style of question and answer, so that they can basically understand what the hell's going on. But because of the whole classification thing, top secret and all that kind of stuff, though, they would have had to have gone through the whole. They probably rehearsed it multiple times.
They said it was 7 hours. They had 7 hours. They pulled 1 hour from 7, 2 different sittings.
Wow, that's
interesting. That might have been
what was left out
when
a lot.
He did decent follow-up stuff.
Maybe
because Ross Coulthard's like, the guy. I know he left Australia in a bit of a sort of dark cloud behind him, but the guy's a serious journalist. He knows his stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for the super chat, Jennifer.
Thank you.
It stinks of government set up to blame upcoming alien threat, gives excuse for government to create havoc. It does, but and I'm not going to steal this because it was someone that I speak to on Twitter, but they also clocked the fact that it had a heavy Greer vibe of technology to save humanity, even to the point of like splicing in the pictures that wind turbines and the solar stuff and things like that. That part very much had a could alien technology like save us from climate change vibe to it all. I thought.
What do you think to the timing of it, though? I mean, I know we spoke about this over the last few nights, but I just find the timing so bizarre. I mean, forget the kid in Vegas for a second, but take the kid out of the equation. You put Grusch and Greer's Disclosure Project Part 2, whatever it's called. That I know
Disclosure 2.0.
We've not had time. I've not had a chance to watch. I don't know. Dave you might have watched it.
I haven't watched any of it. No.
Yeah, I've been working all day. I have not watched it. I tried to listen to it when you told me to listen to it, Stu. It seemed nothing was happening on the live stream.
I don't know why they did that. Like they started the live stream about an hour and a half prior to. Yeah, it was an hour and a half prior to the actual.
Was it just jazz music?
You got like 4 seconds of jazz music, and then it was just a black screen. And then every so often, somebody would come along and do a mic check. So you get some idiot going, check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, check, mic check.
Was the live chat blocked the entire time through?
Yeah, they switched it off. Which to me, if you're going to do a live, that's part of doing a live, is you allow your audience to interact with each other. Taking that away.
There's only one reason why you turn the comments off a YouTube video, and that's because you're scared of what the content's going to be within them.
But I think I can definitely resonate with.
So I'll just turn the chat off here, yeah.
I can resonate with what Jen's saying there, because if there is like a secret them behind the Iron Curtain and all that jazz, and they want to control things, I find it so weird, and as you would say, Lee, wild, that we get Grusch moments before we get Greer. I find, forget what whatever your thoughts are about Stephen Greer and what his motivation is when it comes to disclosure. For something to just come out literally a week before he does his,
but I think you've got to look at who's behind it all. You've got, I'm pretty confident in saying that Chris Mellon is the person who's behind 100%, the whole thing, 100%. Right? But you've also got Danny Sheehan, the civil rights lawyer, who used to be obviously part of Greer's disclosure team. They've had a big falling out. He's now moved over to doing stuff with Chris Mellon and Lou Elizondo and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was partly done timing-wise to derail Greer's event.
And
very possible.
If you got an insider that was a part of the disclosure project with Greer, that still would know people that was, I'm not saying things, I'm not saying names here. If you got somebody who knows people behind Greer's old disclosure project that no longer works with Greer, that now works with Mellon, maybe a little chitter-chatter goes on.
I had nothing to do with it, Ollie. Stop hinting. Browse Modes put up there, but his interview has been removed everywhere. Even Project Unity removed it from YouTube. I actually think it's going to get removed from most places, just because that was like their premium content. Like that was not so much a paywall, but kind of you either had to get a subscription or sign in with like a cable company.
I'm actually just going to check Goofon's channel to see.
He did amazing last night.
He did great last night.
I was happy for him.
Yeah, me too, man. I actually watched it on his channel too. He did a good job.
I watched it.
So far, it's still up.
Good for him. I hope it's
the only thing I had an issue with that whole thing was when there was a group chat thing on where they had he invited a few different people onto the chat to talk afterwards. Yeah, and I thought
didn't get that far.
Well, they fucking flamed the poor lad from Las Vegas. Yeah, basically, because twisting it as well by saying, yeah, well, he had an alien YouTube channel. You know, he's only got one video, and he's got 10,000 subscribers now because he's put one video up. But he didn't have that fucking channel until then, motherfucker. He set up the channel to put that video up. They made it sound like he had a UFO channel before this.
I think,
if you've got aliens in your back garden and you're gonna
fucking post it,
you're gonna make an alien YouTube channel. That's for sure.
I'm not being funny. People can't go for a fucking McDonald's without taking a picture of the burger and put it on Instagram. Of course, you're gonna put your fucking UFO story on the internet. Doesn't make sense not to. But the other thing I didn't like was the fact that they then start going, yeah, well, no one's going to watch his videos because everyone's going to think he's a fraud. He's going to have that one video that's going to get views and nothing else. And you go, you're fucking jealous, motherfuckers. You're jealous that he's done what's taken you years in a day.
But on a happy note, Kufun did have a good day.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing.
I am genuinely happy. I just didn't. I felt sorry for that young lad. Like, to have the wrinkly side of UFO YouTube wailing on him for no apparent reason.
What I wonder is how long those videos are going to stay up. So browse mode to answer that. I think that whatever the news agency that they call themselves out, I think they're out there striking people or giving them warnings as courtesies to take it down.
I don't know if news can they? If you're playing,
but it's behind their paywall. It's kind of like having a New York Times post that you have to pay to see. Yeah, that's theirs.
Because the thing is,
to see it.
That's the problem with like what Rich had to do last night. He had no option. Initially, he was on News Nation's live stream and all excited just about for it to go live, and then it stopped. And then he went into panic mode for 10 minutes, and he eventually had to sign up for a free trial with Hulu, and then he got back into News Nation that way. So he literally has shown everyone that it was behind a paywall. Which, that could be, it's not brilliant for him.
One thing I will say, though, I don't agree with, if this information is factual information, this guy's not full of shit, he shouldn't be behind any fucking paywall.
Oh, yeah, it should be open source. Totally agree with you. I mean, the fact that
be able to talk about it.
Well, they're going to make money.
I'm kind of with Dave.
They're going to make money on it. That's what we do. I hope someone said, people won't just say like one person in particular, but people may lose their channels over that. I genuinely hope they don't. I hope they're cool with it and they're just like, hey, you need to remove
worst case scenario. I think a strike. I don't know.
I mean,
I think they'll give them a cease and desist warning and get them to remove the video, or YouTube will remove it for them. But they could take down channels if they really were.
I hope they don't. Yeah, I hope they don't.
Yeah, you're right, Lisa. Yeah. He's not the only one who did it.
Lou Reviews as well.
Yeah.
I watched him for a little bit too.
I'm sure there was more.
I'm sure there were more.
Gufon definitely got the biggest share of the pie when it came to the audience.
If we were up that sort of time, though, I think we would have done it.
No, we wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't have done it.
Absolutely not.
So I would have said, let's do it, and you two would have talked to me.
We would have told you to fuck off. You're out of your mind.
As soon as you know it's behind a paywall, it's just, you can't do that.
Yeah. But to everyone else who did, hey, cool. That's how I watched it.
I'm glad they did, because that's how I watched it.
Well, I had to, I mean, the first link, you gave me this afternoon, it disappeared, but Goofon's was still up, so I watched it. And I genuinely think he did a good job of covering it as well, because he wasn't talking over it, thankfully as well. What worked out better for him is because he did fumble for 15 minutes. He got to skip all the adverts.
Yeah, he watched the first set of adverts, then realized, oh, hold on, I can fast forward through these.
Yeah.
And after that, he was just
you boys listen to that 15 minutes though. It's amazing.
Whoa,
that is funny. Yeah. As far as
kind of felt for him, to be honest with you, because you literally could see the sweat.
Oh yeah, he was shitting his pants. Yeah, you could see him shitting his pants. He's like, oh no. It was great. It was funny, and he was genuinely funny. Like he was being funny. It was good.
Yeah.
But as far as like David Grusch, well, he put a lot of shit out there, man. He put a pile out.
But the problem is we don't have any evidence to back it up at the moment.
Allegedly he's given it to what Congress is and like an inspector. That's the thing, is he can tell a story that he hasn't signed off on. He can do that. If he has actual paperwork, that's different. That actually has to go through a process to be disclosed. Otherwise, have fun in prison.
Well, listen,
I noted the stuff that he did have like on a table was obviously declassified stuff, like the 1933 magenta UFO that Italy had. But that in itself was really interesting, because have you got that clip, Ollie? Is that the thing I clipped it for you?
This is the 33.
Yeah.
I'll play it right now. Yeah.
You say it's a 90-year cover-up.
Just about, yeah.
90 years.
1933 was the first recovery in Europe, in Magenta, Italy. They recovered a partially intact vehicle.
It's long been known that the regime of dictator Benito Mussolini documented numerous UAP during this time. This internal memo from the Italian secret services includes crude drawings of the UAPs. It's true. It's real.
Yeah, that actually happened. The Italian government moved it to a secure air base in Italy for the rest of kind of the fascist regime until 1944, 1945. And, the Pope Pius XII back-channeled that.
So the Vatican was involved?
Yeah, and told the Americans what the Italians had, and we ended up scooping it.
So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, they know about the existence of non-human intelligence on this planet?
Certainly.
That is weird.
It kind of makes sense if you think about it. Like,
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
All right. The Nazis during their time, they were digging all over the world, right? All over the world. And after, the Allied forces won, America continued digging all over the world. Makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. One of the most positive thing I took away from that when he was talking about did you find pilots? And they're like, yeah, it's a crash. You're going to find pilots. Dead pilots. I was talking to my wife about it. She's like, this kind of freaks me out. This is pretty out there. And I was like, well, the one good thing to focus on is these things can die. Like, they were dead. So, hey, there's a shot, right? There's a shot. They're not immortal.
Dave.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this because, and without going, I'm definitely not gonna. Don't worry. I know you're probably nervous because I've had a tipple. But you've brought people on the show, like a couple of NASA contractors. There's two interviews that I've deleted on the channel. One with a friend of yours. I both Lee and I know you.
Yeah, so you're gonna meet him.
What I'm gonna ask on the back of that is, when you watch the interview with Grusch, do you think, from your experience in life, that he believes what he's saying?
I don't know.
Or do you think it could possibly be a guy doing his job? Like you've spoke a lot of the time about Lou.
What got me? I mean, we'll look at somebody in the chat as well, because there's something I wanted to bring up before, but we talked about something different. Where have you gone? I think it's Zandy P. I remember David Grusch testified for Congress under oath. If he lied, he goes to jail. I mean, first of all, how do you prove someone lied about something like this?
He's saying what he heard. That's the thing. This is the key. This is what he heard. Someone else could have lied to him. That's the thing. Like his whole basis is like, hey, these are my credentials. I know other credentialed, legitimate people, and they have told me these stories in confidence that they're freaked out that this is going on. I used my authority, credentials, background, and clearance to try and get access. I could not. So I went public. That's his whole shtick. He's relaying what he has heard, and he has evidence that was given to him by non-proper channels. And to keep himself out of trouble, he's trying to get it cleared through proper channels. Because whistleblower laws to protect, that's great. You show up with classified information and start showing the world, you're still doomed.
Yeah.
You're doomed. It just is what it is. And unfortunately, especially in the U.S. government, they classify everything now. And they change all the names of programs. And they make everything, haphazard and ridiculous. And just to be a pain in the ass. It's what bureaucrats and bureaucracy is for, to overcomplicate things.
But do you believe that he has been told this by somebody?
I believe somebody has. I believe somebody's told him that.
It.
I don't know about that. I know somebody's definitely told him that. And think about what he's doing. Like, if this is a fake thing, this is everywhere. This is forever. This is the rest of his life. He's not going to walk away from this. I saw someone say he's using a fake name. It doesn't matter. We got his face. And with, basic internet technology that's available to everyone, we can search for him forever. He will be Googleable. He will be searchable. He's not just going to vanish into the background.
Credentials, though,
that's legitimate. That's who he is. Yeah, that's who he is. And he is. He's an incredibly. He has all the pieces of paper behind him.
Because what a lot of people won't take into account, and they will just try and shit all over this, is that if this comes out very quickly that he is full of shit, he hasn't got a career in anything. That's the beauty. It's not going to come out easily that he is full of shit. He could. I mean, this is brilliant. It's a stroke of brilliance. If it's a scam, it's an awesome one that he can keep milking indefinitely, because he can say the paperwork can't be shown because it's not being cleared. And the beauty is he could have, like, say it's nuclear waste documents or something classified about where they used to dump mercury or strychnine or gas or whatever, some kind of biological that they didn't want anyone to know about. And that's what he has. And that's what he actually turned in. And they're like, no, we're not going to approve these for release. And he's like, well, I got them through these channels. You should have them anyway. They're thank you. He's not in trouble for that because he did the right thing. He turned them in. Right. But he can still keep up with the story that he heard and not have anyone to back him up. The difference is anyone going to come out behind him and say, yeah, are they going to take responsibility for what they know? It's the next step. And I think, what was it? The Jeremy Corbell podcast, they're supposed to be talking about it, I think tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. So I'll listen to that, of course I will. And see what they have facts to say.
From somewhere.
I gotta get the news from somewhere. We're better than a news anchorman, George Knapp.
I think one of the things I found interesting to take away was the fact that he wouldn't tie himself down to it being called aliens either.
Yeah, they deliberately skirted. I think the closest they came was extraterrestrial.
Well, I think the interview, he used the alien word, didn't he? He used the A word, and the Grusch pushed it back to this, to talking about the possibility of being interdimensional.
They could be from here, but tied to a higher dimension.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a fourth or fifth dimensional entity that is somehow able to trans over. Like
that was interesting when he was talking about like interdimensional beings.
Yeah, and this is like I'm not disparaging Grusch by any stretch of imagination, but what that smacked to me is, when you hear somebody say something really good, but it came from somebody smarter.
That was it.
That's how it felt when he was explaining that.
Yeah, that bit I believe was absolutely told to him by somebody else.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, as I say, a friend of mine who Ollie and Lee will meet, their dad was an officer. This guy was also an officer in the Air Force. His dad went to work for the NSA doing whatever, and he came across information that was life changing, and like later in life, he just kind of told his kids that things are real in this world, and he stopped going to church over it. He stopped doing a lot of things. Wow. I don't want to give too much of that story. That's definitely a Rockfin story to save for. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to ruin it too much for when you guys get to meet him. He'll get to tell it to you.
Do you reckon we can interview him?
Nope. Him and his wife were both officers in the Air Force. Yeah, they will not go on camera and talk about that.
That's a hard pass.
He'll have a beer with us. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna go to a party with him.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
So, was there any other interesting bits of it before we start talking about whether we actually believe him or not?
Yes, the fact that they're fucking killing human beings.
That's fairly interesting, Ollie. Yes, I will stick that in an interesting hole.
So, I've thought a lot about that, and I have a whole bunch of theories that we will definitely talk about on Rockfin, but not here because we want to keep this channel up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a wild thing.
Okay, yeah, but can we just elaborate a little bit on that? So we got to save that. Okay, right, Finn.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was as well. He was talking about how they alluded to the like white collar crime, like to keep this secret. And what I did find funny is that he's talking about essentially government-funded assassinations to keep government secrets.
Absolutely.
Yet he's there giving away government secrets.
Is he though?
Kind of. If it's real.
That's the thing. Like that's the best place to hide the truth is in a lie.
He's been given the nod, though, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's been allowed to do this, and he even talks about that. He's been cleared. Like because in the interview they start talking, and he's like, "We can't talk about that. I've been cleared to talk
Roswell."
About
he couldn't talk about Roswell.
Can't talk about that. And I have a theory as to why as well, which will be on the Rockfin, which will tie in directly to the people disappearing and other emails.
Maybe we should do that for Rockfin this week.
Maybe.
Is it that bad that it is sensitive on this platform?
I think it might be sensitive on Rockfin. We'll see. Yeah.
Guys, get ready for the next Rockfin show because it's going to be fucking wild.
Which will be one of the last shows we do before you guys are in America.
And assassinated.
No. Sexually molested. Yes.
Assassinated.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
We got too close to the truth, Ollie. We're too close to the truth.
We're going to get too close to something.
I've had messages of people, like the things that we dabble with on this channel. Like people have messaged and said that they think
I'm with the CIA.
The fact that we're not ruling out fucking,
I have no idea what you're saying.
Holier than thou, the Lord, and all that jazz. The bit of the demons and all that shit.
You could have just said that with words without being aloof.
I know.
I still don't know what he's saying.
Because we don't rule out thousands and thousands of years of people speaking about things that they believe have gone off here right now. Never mind the machines.
Yeah.
We don't rule that out here.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm agreeing with you.
I'm trying to speak in code.
You're doing a great job. Does anyone know what he's saying?
I'm lost.
When you were going through
code, man.
When you go through all your stuff before, Stu, like gimbals and such, you haven't got like an Enigma machine, have you?
Not in the corner, no. Sorry.
Not easily accessible, no. We'll send that off to the guys at Langley, see what they come back with.
Did you guys believe?
It's talking in crop circles.
Did you guys believe that Grusch believed what he was saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Parts of it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, you could tell when he'd get excited. Yeah,
I think there was a lot of like. I think he might be. I think he might be quite a smarmy person.
He's in the air.
Yeah, he came across as very confident, and I can't help but think like he really enjoyed telling that story.
I think he's. Do you not think he's like more on the nerdy side of geek?
He's in the Air Force. He absolutely is.
Yeah.
In the U.S., like smart people tend to go to the Air Force and they breed an air of I'm just better than you because I'm, whatever. It's a very thing here. Like there's some tropes that go along with different branches of service, and that's one of them. And it tends to kind of be accurate. I mean, and more often than not, dudes who are in the Air Force that were doing something, they tend to be pretty bright dudes. You know what I mean? Not physical, but definitely bright. So they live comfortable lives. And that confidence, as Lee calls it, which is very polite, tends to come with it. It's like anyone you meet who's high IQ, intelligent. They don't always, but more often than not, they kind of have an air when they think everyone is dumber than they are, right? Yeah. And it just comes from them not being wrong about that. Can't help it.
I think the more important thing is why.
He's a hero in his own mind.
No, I get what. No, because I don't think he's doing.
Do you think he
this.
is, Dave? Do you think he's a hero in his own mind?
I don't. I think he's very much been put up to it. I think he's doing.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I think he absolutely is. I think he has been picked to be the guy. But I also absolutely believe in his mind, that's how they got him to do it. It's not he doesn't strike me as someone who's going to follow orders. That does not come across from him at all.
Unless he's he might. If he does think he's a hero in his own mind, I don't think he thinks he's a hero for humanity.
Can you guys hear my dog?
A little bit.
Nope.
A little bit. Okay. You don't know. I just had to catch a moth in the kitchen. That's why I disappeared. Massive tiger moth.
Sorry, as President Pro, I said, no, Dave, he's a Boy Scout.
Yeah. That's a good description.
I got to be honest, I don't think he was ever a Boy Scout. I don't think that guy's really ever been camping.
But in a minute.
It makes me wonder whether he's been read into the plan.
No.
Like whatever the reason for this like disclosure thing is that why he thinks he feels like he's a hero, not a hero to humanity, but a hero to his cause?
What I would do with a guy like that, I got an intelligent guy who has he has a classified background, right? He's done a lot of intelligence work, various agencies, various 3-letter departments that work together. He's been on projects. He's cleared, but he's always the book guy. He's the tech guy. He's the computer guy. He's that guy, right? He's not. He's which is the vast majority of the field. Most people don't know. Most intelligence people, they're behind a computer all day, just reading and analyzing data. What I would do, just me, being nobody. What I would do with someone like that is I would build him up that the mystery and all this, and maybe he already had an inclination to this kind of stuff, right? He's probably science fiction-y, probably like Star Trek, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. You start feeding him up with people. You spin him up and say, hey, man, me and the guys were thinking like, you're the guy to do this. You can do this. You're out. You're going to bring out the knowledge, blah, blah, blah. You spin him up. And you set him loose. Because you're playing to his ego that you're the one who can do this. You can deliver this technical information. You have the background. You have the credentials. You can speak. You're a smart enough guy to be able to relate. Like, you're just going to play to that. You got to keep blowing up that ego. Whatever flattery it takes, find that soft point. You just keep pumping air into it. And then you release that beautiful little balloon into the air, and it goes exactly where you want it to go. Because you know how it'll behave. They have a psych profile. They know how he is. Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Do we think more is going to come of this?
Probably not.
No,
I actually disagree. I think there'll be another whistleblower.
I hope so.
It has to.
I hope so. I don't think it will.
I realize. I think you're right. I think Mellon might be involved somewhere along the lines, but like I said the other week on one of the podcasts, I still think the knowledge part of this whistleblow will come forward, and it'll be somebody completely different.
Yeah. When I look at his story, what I'm trying to see is what's BS and what's the truth and the lie. Because I look at the whole package as this is something you want us to know. Okay. That means I don't need to know it. But there's something in it that matters. Which piece is it in it that matters? Right? That's me.
Yeah,
but I'm a crazy guy sitting in an attic, so
I'll just bring this comment here up. He said, then why is Grusch, if they did correct themselves further down, Grusch participating in documentaries, and he's already talked about doing UFO conventions. I mean,
he's preaching the gospel. He's evangelizing.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's what I don't know. I don't understand what people expect people to do in that situation.
Yeah.
If he's on the level, he's going to want to tell people.
Absolutely.
If he's a con man, he's going to want to tell people. Unfortunately, whether he wants to or does make money from something isn't necessarily an indicator of fact.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he'd be a fool not to make money.
Yeah.
Especially since he'll never have normal business again. Being a real estate agent or whatever.
Don't you think that's a bit of a weak ass job for like somebody of his qualifications to come out of the Air Force?
Well, mate, fucking real estate. You can make a fucking absolute. You can make millions
in the U.S. right now. In the U.S. right now, depending on his market, yeah, he's making gangbusters.
My friend's a real estate agent. He's a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
Do you not think though, like you would go into like private contracting, like?
I think we're thinking stuff. UK real estate, Stu. I know what you're saying because
So U.S. real estate it's a hot market. I mean, I know people that they'll buy houses, only have them a year or two, turn around, sell them, make $100,000, and that's just what they do. And then real estate, they work with the same real estate agent, flipping multiple houses. It's a different animal, and it's a good market as far as contracting and intelligence. There's only so many of those fields they want to contract. And it depends specifically what was his task when he was there, and does he want to do that?
I will say this though, Dave,
millions of dollars. Yeah.
The job's odd. The job is an odd thing to go into from what he was doing.
No, he has a military retirement. He's already getting paid. He has health care for life. He's getting paid for the rest of his life. Anything he does now is just for shits and giggles.
No, but
it just smacks of me he would write a book or something.
He probably will.
Go the Sean Ryan route.
He probably will. Well, he doesn't strike me as someone who can do a podcast. Sean Ryan discovered that he has a gift for doing podcasts and stuff, and he has deep talent, a friend pool that are interesting. This Air Force guy, he's going to pull communications. Like, you're an intelligence guy and you handle communications. You're an intelligence guy who handles GIS information. You're an intelligence guy who handles the networking capacity through satellite telecom. Like, those no good stories. Where Sean Ryan's, he has all the door kickers, tier one front. Those guys got the stories, but not being this kind of guy, those guys aren't the GIS computer server fixer guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the I shoot people in the face, move fast guy. Both intelligence, both got cool backgrounds, both do neat things. One stories are a lot better than the others. Yeah. What'd you do during the war? I was at 80,000 feet in a plane doing telecom surveillance. What'd you do during the war? I was kicking in doors and shooting terrorists in the face. I'd like to hear more stories, sir. Yeah. That's it. And Sean Ryan's good. Just from watching Grusch, I mean, let's be real. We all watched it. Would you want to watch a long form podcast with him?
Oh, I hope so.
So
that interview had to do 7 hours. We just found that.
Yeah.
Can I slightly reverse on the question I asked earlier?
No.
Is
everything on the internet is permanent?
Yeah, this is it. You fucking live or die by it now, buddy.
He did say that we've got casualties from this. Yes. And you said, Dave, that you think that whatever he's been told to say it's been pre-approved.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I mean, the fact they talked so long and they edited to this, that definitely got cleared through somebody else.
So why are they pre-approving? Because to me,
they're framing the story.
Yeah, but if you're gonna give us like something when it comes to aliens, yeah, we've been visited. There's something here on Earth. That's kind of like the way that I would probably go with it.
The most important thing to
lead the
understand-
general public into it and make them not panic. But what has been brought to the table is he's gone fucking balls deep with this. He's not only told us that we may have something that in our hands that we don't have any idea what it is or what they are. We have bodies, and these motherfuckers have killed some of us.
He also backed up all the Corbell footage as well. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, he did. So the other thing to take away from this is that they're framing a narrative, not for us, not for anyone listening to this chat, not for all the people who are doing
the meat. This is
they're
the meat.
Framing
this is for my mom and dad.
Yes, this is for everyone else, not for us, because nobody listens to us.
Sexy mom.
Yeah, no, your mom is sexy. Nobody listens to us. Hi, Ollie's mom. But this is for everybody else. We're the minority. We're the crazy minority shouting in the wilderness. We have been. We're going to continue to be. Nobody's really listening to us. I mean, think about it. Think if this channel had 10 million, we're still a fucking minority in the wilderness crying to nobody. In the scheme of things, we will never reach as many people as they can with mainstream media because they can blast it everywhere on everything, and they can force everyone to do it on their algorithms.
Yeah.
I think
that's the thing as well, because we often talk about like CNN's failing or Fox News are failing or BBC's failing, but the thing is they're all chirping the same fucking thing. So we need to look at the mainstream media as a single entity, regardless of the logo that's on top of the screen.
Yes. Yeah. This wasn't for us, man. This wasn't for us. It was for, my Taco Tuesday night crew and some of my other normie friends and, my wife's friends and my wife to a greater extent who she's not a fan. But that's who it's for. The fact that I'm having that kind of conversation with my wife, like we don't talk about this stuff. It freaks her out, man. She doesn't want to know. She wants to do what she does and roll on. I get that. I respect that.
My wife's gone the opposite way. She's gone from ignoring it to paying attention to it now.
There you go. That's awesome.
So everyone will have like everything that's come out is for certain people. Like my dad has never had any interest in this, and realistically, he's not on the internet all the time. So until it's on the TV, he won't. But early days before I started to have my doubts about what was going on, I showed him David Fravier's interview with Joe Rogan, and as soon as he found out who David Fravie was, what he did, and stuff like that, Dad was like, "Well, that's really interesting." It's I think there's gonna be
because he's got a profession. He's a pilot.
Yes, yeah. I think
older people respect that type of thing.
Well, no, I don't think it's just older people. I think it's people in general. We are built to respect authority.
Yeah, it's ingrained into us.
I mean, some of us are. Trust me, not all of us. I've taken tests. Yeah. I know these things for a fact.
He's escaped. I hope they didn't leave the back door open again.
I hope his mom's calling. I wish there was some way we could text his wife and have her go open that door. I would give anything for that. Because Ollie, that door's open, man.
Do we need to text his wife or his mom? Just let me know.
No, I'll text his mom later. Don't you worry about that. I just don't want to be just too distracted. Yeah, man, I think this was for everyone else, not us. No one listens to us as it is.
No.
Yeah. Isn't that right, Ollie?
I just walked in on nobody listens to us.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. No, I said the Grusch interview is for the masses.
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Start listening.
The thing is, like, we're the minority. We're the minority of the people. We're not even that. We're an extreme minority of the people who are into this, follow this. I'm going to call your mom. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Oh, sorry. Put it mute.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's for It's for everyone else, man. That's what this Grusch thing's about. That's what this narrative they're framing is for.
So why?
That's good question.
And it's going to be the ongoing question: is why does the U.S. government, and it does appear to be just the U.S. government, because again, UK media is not really touching this. I'm sure there'll be a few pages of papers, but I don't read newspapers.
The shit ones have covered it.
Yeah. GB News and Sky and stuff. And
Sky
Daily
UK's
Mail.
covered it, haven't they, Stu?
Yeah.
Yeah. BBC's not covered it.
ITV.
They're too busy covering up historic sex claims and getting really excited about getting Philip Schofield on board because he'll fit right in. But I just want to know why there is an entity out there. I don't mean like alien entity. I mean like a group
of people.
Yeah, of people, not aliens. Why there's a group of people that want my dad to believe in UFOs?
What's the end game?
Yeah. That's much more. It's much more interesting to me than the alien part of it.
Agreed.
I've heard Ollie and Lee in different conversations that we've had to say this, and it's that I think Ollie has said, he said, if UFOs start landing, I'm going to tell my parents not to believe it. And Leo said,
I already did tonight. I already did tonight, Dave. I showed my mum the clip and I said,
I've told people
something's going to come out, Mum, very soon, I think, in the UK. Can you do me a favor before you start fucking panicking or anything like that?
Before you start getting inoculated for aliens.
Can you ring me? Yeah. Fucking alien job.
Let's
not do that again, yeah? Let's not do it for the aliens.
Yeah, they've already marked their future cattle. So, and like Lee said, we'll be the ones on the internet when the aliens are landing and say, hey, they're not real. These aren't aliens. Don't believe it. I think that's what it's going to turn into. Not just that we're being contrary, but that we're paying attention. So I think the interesting thing is we ask, why are they doing this? Like, why are they trying to frame? What do they want people to believe? I think the more important thing is, what do they want people not to believe? What are they trying to axe out?
Play it out, okay? Let's say further whistleblowers come along. There's evidence presented of multiple spacecraft. We get to actually see them, Anderson Cooper gets to tour the sports model, whatever. And we then get to see alien bodies. What's the next thing after that? If these are interdimensional beings,
I don't know if they'll call them that, though. You think they'll call them?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Worship.
So what's the next play after that? Like, what are they going to do? Is it like, are we going to have, is it going to be like the movie District 9?
I think it will be much slower. There'll have to be a public acceptance first, and a public acceptance where we'll be used to governments talking about it, and you'll have like in the same way as we had the like the COVID briefing sort of thing. You'll have like a genuine UFO briefing that will probably happen in the same way, where it'll happen at the same time all over the world. They'll all sing from the same thing. So we don't know what they are. They've been doing this. We don't believe they're a threat to us because they've been around for so long. That tack might change, but I feel if you wanted to create something of like some sort of one world government, what better way to? Because Browsmo just popped this up in the chat before, and she was right. Like the end. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. Endgame. He said, "We are all humans," and is that the message that they're going to start pushing?
I heard something at the end of that Grusch video. I can't remember the phrase that he used, but he used something about humanity, and it was something about us all coming together.
It's Reagan. It's Reagan's
dream.
Yeah.
I often ask myself what would happen if we were faced by some sort of outside alien threat.
What phrase
how quickly
he
humanity's
used.
differences would disappear.
Yeah.
Can't remember. It was a very it stuck out to me. The phrase that he used.
Don't know. I need to go back and look at it.
So it's an interesting way to frame it. That would pull humanity together if they were a threat.
So that's just playing out the whole Independence Day script.
Yeah. But who's that put in charge? It'll be unelected, whoever it is.
It will be. You would have a global NATO that would be created, wouldn't you?
Something.
You would have
much greater levels of control.
Yeah, you would have, because in that situation, your Chinas and Russias would join whatever this new replacement for NATO would be.
It would definitely be like NWO level stuff.
Yeah, you like central power would end up going to something akin to the European Union for decisions, because obviously that if you were to think of like a war on that level, you would be looking at like mass starvation, mass famine, because production would completely stop. So that you would need to seize power of pretty much everything.
Is this why we're getting these 15-minute cities and stuff in towns?
Oh, it almost feels like some sort of great reset.
Here's the phrase.
Right.
What you're revealing may mean we all start thinking of ourselves not as American, Australian, Russian, Chinese, but as human.
Human family. I think that's totally the right term. Yeah.
Us against them.
It's a shit phrase, human family, but
just it's almost as bad as global citizen. I always hated people that called themselves global citizens. Yeah. Just play that again, Ollie, because I thought it was something really, really, really funny.
Has he got a bogey in his nose?
I say he looks constipated.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Thinking of ourselves not as American, Australian, Russian, Chinese.
That's exactly what I thought when I was trying to work out where he was from. I had to go through every single fucking country to work where that interview was from because of his accent.
It's such a fucking frustrating interview because I don't know how. The only thing that backs him up is his background. That's it. That's the only thing that backs him up. So anybody with
very robotic about that guy there, isn't there?
Yeah, but anybody with a background like that can go in and make these massive, extraordinary fucking claims and say that, basically we're being visited, we're back in engineering craft, which is practically what he said.
Mm-hmm.
People have died. We've got bodies, blah, 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 blah. But I have jack shit to show you other than my words.
Yes.
So, do you not think, like, playing devil's advocate for a second, he's literally fluffed the whole of the UFO community because he's given us everything we ever wanted to hear?
Absolutely. Yes. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And if there isn't proof within about a month, 2 months at most, I'd cry bullshit on the whole thing.
We'll get another whistleblower in a year.
I think so.
Yeah.
It'll just be.
But that's the thing. They tried with like Lou and the TTSA thing, and that fell apart. Like we talked about the other night, like because basically Hillary didn't get into power, and like they're then bringing this Grusch guy out. If this doesn't work out, are they just going to repackage it all again and fire somebody out in a year and a half's time?
You've watched the Korea thing.
Yes.
Anything there as compelling as Grusch?
Anything new?
there was one guy's story I hadn't heard before about a sort of incident in the jungle.
We'll be covering this weekend anyway.
But it kind of came across. Well, first of all, in terms of Stephen Greer, it was all me, and then it was grift. Come by my new documentary, and whereas back in 2001 when he did the original disclosure at the National Press Club, there was a bit of a kind of, I don't know what the right word is for here, but money wasn't involved with it. It was just for the sheer pleasure of getting this information out to people. It was altruistic. Is that the right word? Altruistic?
Yeah.
Altruistic, yeah. Whereas this time, it's just such a grift. And the people who did speak, it was like watching Gaia TV live. You know how you get those people on Gaia? Yeah, real woo-woo stuff. That's what it kind of came across like to me. I didn't watch the final person because I had to obviously prep for coming on here. But
did he mention Grusch at all?
Not whilst I was watching it. If he mentioned it towards the end, I would be surprised if he did. But that being said, I mean, obviously he supposedly mentored him, which I don't believe for a minute. They maybe had telephone conversations or emails back and forward, but it's just amazing.
It's strange that he literally. I mean, why even bother? He made a big point about saying that Greer has nothing to do with him. He made a
because Greer's a narcissist, and it's literally all about him. And that was the other thing that I put in our group chat. The people who spoke, I mean, talk about bending the knee and kissing the ring, and just like bowing to the altar of Stephen Greer. They all did it. It reminded me of, do you remember when Trump was president, there was one cabinet meeting they had where literally everyone praised Trump for about an hour. They went round the room, every single department, and they all just did nothing but praise Trump. It was like the first big cabinet meeting they had. Well, it was just like that today. They all just praised Greer. And that was it. I don't know. We'll talk about it later in the week. I'll need to watch it again.
Thank you, Jennifer.
With a bit more, paying a bit more attention to it, because I just kind of half listened to it today. I mean, it was very slow as well. That was the other thing. Like, it was hard to watch.
Just quickly before we got into Jennifer's super chat, is there an argument to be made? Like, if Greer come out with like Press Club 2, Press Club with a Vengeance, or whatever it's called, or Press Club Harder. I love it if he keeps
Press
going.
Harder.
Eventually you'll get to Press Club 7.
God, that's a great name.
Folk in the UK will get that joke.
I was blocked by Ian Watkins from. Oh no, it's Steps, isn't it? Yeah,
that's Steps.
Yeah, Ian Watkins from Steps blocked me. Anyway,
Dave's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Pretty much him and Piers Morgan want nothing.
Piers Morgan blocked you.
Piers Morgan blocked me as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but have they given you a restraining order yet?
That's a badge of honor.
Well, then there's still avenues of opportunity.
I actually like that prick a little bit.
No, you don't.
But Morgan.
You think you do because he's saying what you agree with right now, but in 12 months' time, he'll say something completely different because the grift will be different.
Yeah.
The guy's a prick.
You only said
No. I just asked him a polite question, as if he enjoyed his dinner with Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates.
All right.
And he blocked me for it.
I wonder why he blocked you, Lee.
Must not have been a very good dinner.
Yeah, it must have been awful. Sorry if I brought back those terrible memories for you. Is there an argument to be made if Greer had come out with his usual like semi-on like press club event where it was just a group of people came out and did the same thing in the woo-woo style of this, talking about the Space Brothers, it would have sent the conversation back to 2001. Is there an argument that Grusch has at least kept interest in ufology?
I think it's more than kept interest. I think he's bringing in a lot of new people.
He's intensifying it.
Yeah. He's bringing in a shitload of new people who could have cared less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, to Jennifer's super chat question, the government drip feeds as whistleblowers. Yes, and this is what I was going to bring up before, but we kind of got slightly sidetracked. I don't think it's being repackaged. You said before, Stu, if this doesn't work, does it get repackaged? I think the whole thing's working perfectly.
Oh no, I don't disagree with you. I was just kind of playing devil's advocate on that one. One thing Greer did say today that did catch my eye was that he said that they were planning on bringing through a lot more whistleblowers on a regular basis. They've got multiple people lined up already to, and whether that goes on live on his website or whatever.
Seriously, are you telling me he had this big event, and at this big event, he says we've got whistleblowers lined up at the
what I thought.
At the big tamale. The
big tamale was weak sauce. It was half a dozen people.
For fuck's sake, that's like you. Oh my god!
Hey man, third phase of Moon was there covering it live. They wouldn't have wasted their time. You guys just don't. You don't know. You got to believe.
You don't know journalism.
That's right.
They journalismed the fuck out of
they journalism so fucking hard, dude. They journalismed all over that place.
I mean, I initially started.
And all over each other's face.
It is still sticky from their journalism. Smells
no answer for that. I initially started watching Greer's channel, but then I switched over to Goofon's coverage of it. And Goofon, I've got to give him props. He wasn't kissing the ass of third phase just because they were there with Greer. There was when he didn't agree with whoever was speaking, or they were boring, or their claims seemed outlandish. You know, he was in the chat, you know, speaking truth and calling it out as he saw it. So
good. Yeah.
He's had two good days.
Good for you, Rich.
Yeah, man. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, third phase wouldn't be there wasting their time if there wasn't something there.
Those guys are just about the next check.
Yeah, there's checks there. Well, I'm just interested to see what's next, because I think the crazy thing is, and it just shows almost how desensitized we've got to this. So,
can you imagine this 6 years ago?
This is the thing. 10 years ago, even look how long the Bob Lazar story's gone for.
Okay,
on for.
Can you imagine this?
We all believed Bob Lazar when he came
before the Tic Tac. Can you imagine this?
Well, you could, but you wouldn't.
Yeah, because
I mean, is this
things
said a while ago?
Sorry,
like the especially Grusch, like he's literally given us every. That's why you get folk going on Twitter saying, "Oh, that's just basically proved that what Bob went through was true." No, it doesn't, because he hasn't given us any proof. Bob
I do
never
find it
gave us
weird.
any proof.
Yeah, I do find it weird that there is, even if it's unspoken, Bob kind of props this up, and this props Bob up, this props Lou Elizondo up. That club, if you take Greer out, the big players right now, everyone kind of props each other up. So that either means they're all telling the truth, or that there's some sort of networking around this.
I mean, I've always believed that, see, when it came to like Spielberg movies or movies in general, but particularly Steven Spielberg, I've always believed that there's always been a slight grain of truth in everything he's done sci-fi wise. Whether it's Close Encounters or E.T. or whatever, there's a grain of truth in there that he's getting information from somebody. Dave, you're laughing there. What's up?
No, welcome to the show. Says he's a true unbeliever. He's sending Greer a kidney, just in case. And Kenneth Terry said, do you all think the 9/11 call was fake? If not, why wouldn't you go meet them? Well, I'm not going to go meet him because he lives in Las Vegas. And as the kid's own has said, he's, I think, talking to Netflix.
Yeah.
He's not going to.
And he's a kid.
And he's a kid.
Imagine it's a fully grown man.
Yeah.
You knock on the door of a 16-year-old and say, I'd like to speak to you about the alien you see in your garden. I just want to be, if you could be on my podcast, we talk about my podcast.
Exactly.
Have you got videos of the alien?
Sweating.
Yeah. Not only that, this face, like it may not translate. I'm a large dude. Like me banging on their door, I'm gonna get shot. That's gonna play out. Yeah.
Well, they definitely had guns anyway. You saw it in the video.
Good for them. It's America right there. Shoot the damn alien in the head. You know,
shoot first
Shoot
and
that
think later.
motherfucker.
hell yeah! It's called Castle Doctrine, baby.
Yeah,
That's my
that's
fucking
right.
backyard. That's
Yeah,
right.
I do wonder why the aliens are so attracted to the US, because it's the fucking most lethal place for them to fucking go.
They're thrill seekers.
What are you silly green? What are you stupid green bastards doing? Get yourself over to here to the UK.
We like your fun fairs.
Oh dear me. No offense, Dave, though, but it does seem like the UFO narrative is massive in the US. It seems like it's your guy. It's your guy's thing.
Would you like to know why?
And if you want to speak about it more, you can come meet us all on the 21st.
Do you want to know why
Nashville.
it seems like it's coming out
Nashville.
coming out of
In the pub.
America?
Tennessee.
What's your theory?
In a bar, we don't have pubs.
Because it's the largest landmass with Western values. All of the countries in Europe are all much smaller countries, which are all fragmented and doing their own shit. You're not getting anything out of Russia, and you're not getting anything out of China. So it's the largest free country.
I'd also add into that, like, for right or wrong, for the last maybe 60, 70 years, America has played the role of world police, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And they have a ridiculous amount of bases worldwide in many, many countries.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory about that we'll address on Rockfin.
Good.
So what we do, because we were going to do like satanic imagery in
I
pop
think
culture
Dave's
this
right.
week.
We need to address this on Rockfin.
Because there's been so many things this week that I'm looking forward to hearing. To the point where I'm going to have to go back and listen back to this episode to find out what they are.
Yeah, you want to be able to speak freely on a lot of this stuff, which we can't on YouTube.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it does wonder why, but I think that's a good point. Like, it's a continuous large landmass that is first world developed. Power, electricity, people looking up at the sky, phones, cameras everywhere. And it's
which has
like,
built
America's
itself
big
on freedom of speech as well for an awful long time.
And and not only that, like the settlers of our country were crazy people. I mean that genuinely, like people who like, I'm going to go off into the wilderness and, carve out my own kingdom. All right. There's Indians and bears and shit that'll eat you. I don't care. All right. Here's your arrow.
And geographically, you've got one side of America faces the Pacific, the other side of America faces the Atlantic. So,
we also came out on top after World War II. And we took the smart Nazis. All of them.
I'll play that clip again for the audience that have just probably joined.
Did you tell them about
the one about 1933?
21st of June, people. Where are we, Dave?
We're going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Tweet us or message us on Twitter. We actually will
join us in the bar.
Yeah. Fly on down. We got someone who is in fact flying in. They are flying in from another state to hang out with us for one day.
Is it Squatch? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't follow If you don't follow any of us on social media, you can follow me. I'm at the Lee Stevens. That's Stevens with a V. So you can just shoot us a message about it. We don't promote our socials enough. I only just realized this the other day.
We don't.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I actively don't promote mine because it's actually linked to my books and not this.
Yeah.
So stop tagging me.
I've got your book in my Amazon checkout.
It's gonna change you. You're gonna see just how dark I am.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna buy a copy.
And I designed.
Dude, if you got an Amazon subscription, you can read it for free.
I think you should do an audiobook for it.
I need to get that audiobook done for 1 and 2. After I put out 3, I want to get all 3 done.
I don't mind doing that for you.
Audiobook? I'm not gonna,
yeah.
How it would not make sense to have someone with a British accent read my character.
To fucking read the fucking. Never mind that.
No, I don't know. It's not very good. I mean, you mangling it may actually
one day.
I do
in
have
the
a lot
United
of
States of America, something extremely bad happened.
The end.
And then David be doing a thing, and with some like creative license, all of a sudden David be going to Ollie going, Ollie, at no point did I write the main character saying, "Suck my dick, my lad."
Yeah, it's not in the book. Now I'm gonna need you to fix that edit. That's not in the book.
You say it's a 90-year cover-up.
Just about, yeah.
90 years.
1933 was the first recovery in Europe, in Magenta, Italy. They recovered a partially intact vehicle.
It's long been known that the regime of dictator Benito Mussolini documented numerous UAP during this time. This internal memo from the Italian secret services includes crude drawings of the UAPs. It's true. It's real.
Yeah, that actually happened. The Italian government moved it to a secure air base in Italy for the rest of kind of the fascist regime until 1944, 1945. And, the Pope Pius XII back-channeled that.
So the Vatican was involved?
Yeah, and told the Americans what the Italians had, and we ended up scooping it.
So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, they know about the existence of non-human intelligence on this planet?
Certainly.
So Vatican and the number 1933. Now, I know you guys, you take the piss out of me for my 33 thing because I see that fucking number a lot. But that number, forget me, that number plays many roles in society these days when it comes to people looking back at things that have happened. And I think we're probably going to have to speak some of that on the Rockfin show because I don't want to get the channel fucking.
Do you think your 33 thing happens just because there's only 32 numbers before it?
Try
making your special number 6,885,000,085 and see how many times it turns up.
I just found it odd that he said 33 and he said the Vatican as well.
Oh, well, because of you, I found it weird as well.
It could be just me.
Yeah. No. It does pop up a lot. I was just being a twat, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, forget the number. The Vatican being involved in it
doesn't
that
surprise
blows
me.
my mind. Actually,
it doesn't surprise me. I mean, there's something in those libraries. There's something in those libraries that, like, us mere mortals aren't allowed to watch. You can't watch books. You have to kind of look at them to read them, but you read them. But yeah, there's something in there that we're not allowed to
You call
see.
me drunk.
That's what I was exactly thinking. It's like, damn, Lee, how many have you put down?
He's not even on for an hour today.
Just three. Oh no, I had 2 before, so 5 maybe.
I know
you were talking about books. Let's go back to books.
This is the thing about Brits. The minute the sunshine happens for like 3 seconds, we all want to go and hide from it in a pub.
You've got a really important show to do tonight. The sun's fucking gonna get some alcohol first before I run the show. It's disclosure, mate. No, I don't give a fuck. The sun is out. You don't get the opportunity for disclosure is less The opportunities for disclosure is more than the sun in the UK.
Next thing you know, it's glow sticks and you're licking a bag clean.
No, the Vatican's odd. The Vatican is definitely just. I mean, why even mention that?
Because it's a fucking mega thing. Because it's huge.
Yeah, no. But we were speaking about. It wasn't for us. It was for our mums, our dads. That bit seems like it was for us.
No,
seems like it was a little nod to say, "Yeah, you're fucking right. Now shut the fuck up and get along with it."
I don't. No. I don't. No. I wouldn't look at it as like, yeah, you're right. I'd look at it as if to say, there's just a little bit here for you as well. No, he's a little tasty morsel for all you conspiracy theorists that have been out here chomping it down since 2004.
You know that the Vatican owns telescopes.
Yes. And do you know
stars that have interesting names that are massive? You know, they have other technological investments they don't really talk about.
No, but I know one of those telescopes is called Lucifer, and it was the largest telescope in the world for a long time.
For a long time. There was a church.
Why would the Vatican name a telescope Lucifer?
It's a great question.
It is a good question, Ollie.
It's the kind of question you ask. Like there's some Catholic churches that have amazing security systems, and you look at them and you're like, you have a full spectrum security camera with thermal mounted below it. That seems like overkill for a security camera on the front of your church. Why would you do that?
Right, guys, I'm going to have to bounce because this dog's about to go mental on me. It's walked. So
no worries,
I will see you all on Friday.
See you on Friday, buddy.
Remember, don't hit the lead. Don't hit the...
No, don't worry. I will not end the show. Promise. Oh, there goes the dog.
Yeah.
Right. See you guys. Cheers.
See you, buddy. Speak to you, man. See you later.
You. Oh, Heather Birdie said something about potentially coming out to meet us. It's in the chat.
Absolutely, yeah. 21st people.
21st. The more, the merrier.
It's worth the drive.
Dave, do you think it could get to a point because in the UK, if there's a massive groups, we have to split ourselves up before we enter a bar? Is that the same in?
What are you on about?
It might not be. So in the UK, I'm not even from the UK, Lee, are you? So in the UK, so if I go out round Leeds, because that's the nearest city to me.
Yeah.
If there's a big group of us, usually we split ourselves into, say, 5 groups before we enter the bar. Otherwise, the bouncers are like, "You're not coming in. Your group's too big."
Really? I didn't know that.
Weird. It's really fucking weird.
Is that a new thing?
No, I think that was even before like pandemic and everything. That was like I've been out because they think you're going to be knobheads, like big gangs and stuff like that.
I've been out in Leeds before. I've played there a few times when I was a bit younger, but cool.
Just when I've been out on work nights out, and there's been about 25 of us or something. We've usually split our group into bits because they won't let you in. That's what it's like. It's weird.
I don't think many people come see us.
You thought they'd bid the money. The money. I think everybody's. I think they're all going to come. All of them.
Everyone in the chat. Everyone in the chat. Even
it's going to be sticky, guys. It's going to be
even Mr. Eon that lives in the UK. He's going to fly all the way to Nashville.
Yeah, Mr. Eon is coming.
Yeah,
it'd be a great little trip. Browse mode can fly out.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for this trip than I am for Disclosure. Put it that way.
This trip's going to be fun
because I think Disclosure is just going to come in that much drips that at some point we're going to be like, it will be the point where one of my mates comes and says, "So
this time next week,
Oliver, this week.
This time next week, we'll have touched
penises."
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe, but just I was just gonna just items, flesh items.
Yeah.
You guys will know what each other's tongues taste like.
This time next week, I will give you the gimbal, which Stu's given to you and not me.
Yeah, that's because I'm his favorite.
And you're responsible.
Bastard.
Yeah.
To be fair, my phone's probably too small for his gimbal.
Because I didn't work. I didn't just walk home from work hammered on a Monday.
To bring it kind of to a close, because I don't know how much can you talk about Grusch really right now? Do you boys really feel like we got from that interview, we got more than the 5 minutes that we got with Grusch, other than humans being dead? Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, we got a lot. Well, like Dave said before, he said everything we've ever wanted somebody to say in a position of authority. Everything. He
didn't say everything I want him to say. No, what he said to me was that these motherfuckers are aliens from hell.
I mean, he alluded to it.
I think I missed that part of the interview.
He did say they've killed humans.
Yeah, but who hasn't?
Good point. Carry on.
It's a good time, man. You'll see.
Yeah, I go back to what you said before. What would we have done if this had been a few years ago? And it's kind of like everything else now, because I think everything else has got a little bit worse. Yeah, I kind of longed for the days where everyone was just a little bit more trusting, and we didn't have endless information streams. But it's just where we are now. It makes you wonder, what could you do? Like if you, this goes back to what would be the reason to do what they're doing, or what I think they're doing. Where something's so fractured and you can't get anyone to agree on anything, all you need to do is look at Facebook comments, and it will be like something ridiculous. People will argue about it. They will argue about everything. So if you do want to do this whole thing of trying to bring, I mean, I don't think it's from an altruistic purpose, don't get me wrong, but to bring people together, it's going to need to be massive. It's going to need to be biblical.
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, Mr. Eon says he has private travel and he'll pick you up, Lee.
What for what?
Yeah. He wants to travel with you.
In a helicopter, I've never been in a helicopter. Never been in a helicopter. Helicopters scare me a little bit.
Why?
I just don't like the idea.
It's not sexual.
I think you got to do it once. If you die, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your
uncle?
I'd rather not. No. But I don't know. I'm good. He puts coffee in Guinness. I just don't trust that.
Mr. Eon, if you got a helicopter, me and you, my lad, we're going up in that helicopter. I'll drink video.
All you'll do things for you.
That will make we'll live stream in your helicopter.
On OnlyFans.
as Aerosmith said, he'll be living it up while Ollie's going down.
Yep. No, man. As far as what this guy says, they're clearly trying to paint a narrative. Why are they trying to paint the narrative? Why? Right? Mm-hmm. Is he truly doing it on his own? Seems unlikely. Seems unlikely because he got this far. So we'll see.
I think that's the question that you need to ask yourself if you're watching this right now and you've just entered this field and you think, what the hell's going on? Let's just watch a few live streams on what's going on with this guy. Then you need to go back probably, I would say go back 7 years ago. Just go back 7 years ago when it started to really fucking become it started to heat up in the UFO community, and then imagine and put yourself into our situation and think why we're so skeptical when it comes to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to believe this guy? Hell no. He said these motherfuckers have killed humans, so I don't want to believe him. I want to say he's wrong.
I mean,
yeah, but humans kill humans.
Yeah.
He made it out as if, okay, he made out as if whatever this is, what we've been speaking
you're burying the lead there, you know. You're burying the lead when it comes to the aliens killing people.
No, because they've been talking about it being a threat for fucking years.
No, because that's not the important thing. The important thing is that people killed people to keep this secret. That's more disturbing.
That's bigger. We're turning on ourselves to keep something else quiet.
And he also said that. Said that could have happened. He didn't. He didn't say 100%. He was a bit and ahhing about that because I understand the situation.
He doesn't want to get thrown off a building.
Yeah. But he does make whatever it is.
That's like me saying, I'm not going to say I fingered your mom. But you know.
But if you listen to it, he makes out whatever it is it's a threat. He does. And that's what we've heard for years, that these things are a motherfucking threat.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, Greer's said for years they're fucking space brothers. You know, it's.
I'll be honest with you. I would prefer to go in with the Greer and give him a big hug and say, "I believe you, Daddy." You know,
it cost $18,000 to hug Greer.
That's
if you don't have the money, don't fucking touch it.
No, his kids are so poor. It's
unbelievable.
Like, if I give him a hug for $18,000, I'd expect at least a half mass for that. Jesus,
his wife hasn't touched him in years.
No, I mean, the horrible thing is he charges 5% more for Christmas.
Yeah, he sent her to debt collection 30 years ago.
The thing is with Greer, you can't.
He foreclosed his own house because of a kiss on the cheek.
No, but with Stephen, you can get if it's a grift, you can get that grift in your head, and you can understand why it's happening. You can understand everything about it. With Grusch, you can't. You can't put your finger on the reason.
Grusch, though, that's the thing. I don't think we should look at Grusch in isolation. It's the New York Times articles. It's Corbell stuff. Frankly, I think if not from the beginning, like as a plan that was going to happen, certainly it's from the resurrection of
UFO Jesus
Lazar. I mean, fucking. I used to watch.
Why is there not a UFO Satan?
It's just you said resurrection, so you say Jesus.
You've just splurted your load, and you could have been UFO Satan. You even got the light for it.
I'd be a good one, right? UFO.
But I can't take it as far as like UFO Jesus and those people are at the moment. I used to watch some of them, but like they are really like they will guzzle the cum of anyone that will say what they want to hear. Yeah, they will fucking bathe in the jizz of disclosure. But
disclosure jizz.
You got their number? Just a question. Never mind. Forget I said it.
Yeah, I like I said, I think these people all need to be looked at within the same lens.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't going to stop. There's going to be more. And it's good. See, that's the thing to think about here as well. Is
do you want it to stop? Really, Lee? Do you want it to stop?
Absolutely not. It's content. If we're going to go down anyway, we might as well go down making content.
That's the motto of the OnlyFans model.
It is. But right. So if we're going to treat this as a nothing burger, Yeah, and I've heard Grusch referred to as a nothing burger. On the socials.
Whoa.
And no, but the crazy thing is
There is no evidence to back that up.
No, that's fine. Yeah, but there's no evidence to say it's not real either.
Absolutely.
But the idea to call it nothing is fucking retarded. It's stupid.
Can we say
that? Yeah, I just did. And it's okay. I am myself retarded. That's the way the world works.
Oh, okay. Then it's your words.
Yeah,
Your people's words.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Don't try and take that away from me. I fought for that power. I want reparations for my window.
Took a brick to the head to get here. It didn't just happen. Put in work.
Yeah,
you didn't always look like that.
The umbilical cord was around the neck for ages.
It took 8 minutes to get here.
I had a point. I definitely had a point before that. Right. So what we've got is we have a guy that is at very least definitely US like intelligence within the Air Force. Yeah. He's gone on an albeit much bigger news station now than it was a month ago.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he's gone on a news channel that's been put out to the world and spoke about fucking aliens. He spoke about crashed retrievals. He spoke about fucking aliens killing people killing people to keep the aliens thing. He's gone and like looked at all the like the Tic Tacs and said the Tic Tacs definitely not made on the like by humans. I'm not being funny. How can we treat that as normal and nothing?
Mm-hmm.
It's Do you think wild the fact that should have been something like if you took excerpts of that interview and jammed it into like Independence Day 4, it could quite easily be but you couldn't make a film on it. But what you could do is take elements of that and put it in a sci-fi film.
If you put like the trailer of a film, I'm in.
So,
but why do you think? And this is no disrespect on my behalf to Ross Coulthard, whatever his name is. I'm not good at pronouncing names. What do you? I think he was chosen for that.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you've got somebody who's good, I think you're going to want somebody who, and if I was in Ross's position and I'd been given the job of that and I'd been told, you can ask me this, you can ask me that, you can't ask me that. Who would be the person that would be? I mean, the guy was on 60 Minutes. Who would comply most with that? Who's in the UFO world already? He's perfect for the job.
That UFO check this last week has corrupted me.
How so?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Who's corrupted the UFO chick?
This week.
Oh yeah, it's corrupted everybody, mate.
How
Absolutely. Because I think it's got people thinking in
it's got people thinking.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. It has.
That is dangerous.
It's kind of reset everything that people in the UFO world.
Reset.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd say when it comes to ufology and everything, we're saying nothing's going to ever happen. Blah blah blah. Whether you believe the guy or not, something's just fucking happened.
Yeah. That's the thing,
and it may be I can't say it. Hearsay. Yeah,
hearsay.
Maybe it is that. Yeah, that's factual. That is what it is. But it's coming from somebody whose credentials they fucking match up.
This is true.
So
makes you wonder who's next.
If he's lying, I don't think it's for monetary gain. I think if he's lying, somebody's told him to do that. And if somebody's told him to do that, there's a reason why somebody's told him to do that. Because they want us to believe what he's saying. That is a fucking big deal, people.
Weird.
If he's lying, it's not a fucking nothing burger. So people are saying that this is a nothing burger.
100% Necto, my friend. Yep. History is essentially hearsay.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. But all I'm saying is, if he's lying, it's not a nothing burger. So people that saying this is a nothing burger, and I know there's friends of mine that are saying it's a nothing burger.
I said it yesterday.
You need to you said it yesterday, but I understand what you mean by it, Dave.
Yeah.
Because your nothing burger is it's a nothing burger, but people are going to fucking lose fucking shit when it comes to this, because something's going on. There's a problem with this, and it needs to be addressed. If he's fucking lying, there's something behind this that is so fucking sinister that is not that guy is not there to make a quick fucking buck off this. Something's happened.
That's a rock show.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, you're right, and that's. That like I keep saying, I think that's as interesting, if not more interesting, than aliens. You have somebody that's been given the go-ahead to spread a military disinformation campaign on people. So there's two things: either it's a weapons-grade military disinformation campaign, or he's telling you the truth about aliens. Like it's one or the other. It's not. He's not just got up one goes. I've got a great idea. I'm going to make up a story. I'm going to essentially put my entire life on the line and risk breaking fucking whatever non-disclosure agreements I've got because I want to talk about the fake aliens. That's stupid.
Unless he's got a book coming out and he already knows it's going to make fucking millions.
No, he's not going to make millions. Is anybody making millions?
Well, I like.
We're not even making pounds.
Yeah. So Mr. Squatch put out my apologies for the Nothing Burger comment yesterday. Don't worry, Mr. Squatch. I said the same thing. No. It just depends on where it's at.
Nothing Burger. I've said nothing, but I think it comes. I think when we say Nothing Burger, we're saying there's no fucking UFO evidence.
Yeah, so
I think people are saying that because
there's no real evidence.
You've got to understand the input.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying, Dave?
I do. Yeah. So and then Tic Tac Toe puts. I like that he put this out here, or she put this out there. I'm not trying to assume your identity.
They
gender. Yeah, they them Z. Fuck whatever. In 1980, they cloned Dolly the sheep. Think about that. I mean it.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
It was a long time ago. But I will say though,
in 1980.
Yeah.
If you were gonna clone an animal, yeah. 1980 is not 59 years ago.
No, it's 42
years ago.
43?
42 years ago.
44, sorry.
43.
43, yeah.
43. Yeah.
Okay.
We know who can do math and who can't.
Hidden's in the chat.
All right. What's up, Hidden?
Howdy, Hidden. But yeah, I really do think if you think all of a sudden this guy just got up one day and decided on his own bat that he was going to make up a story about aliens to try and make some money and risk the risk that would come with that, I don't know what to say. Like I don't understand how you operate tin openers. Yeah, I'm not saying he's telling us the truth, but if you think he's just decided to do that he's going to sell a book, that's what he's going to do, then I don't breathe and walk because you can't handle it.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah.
Watch that space. Absolutely.
It's interesting. UFO chick she's watching the Greer conference. Said it was mental, discussing Raytheon Tech energy weapons at the pole. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm gonna watch it.
That's been his shtick for a while though.
We were going to talk about it tonight, but I thought we can't do this. I mean, this was originally going to be the thumbnail. That Stu kindly made for us.
Well, yeah, we showed it on the show last night.
Yeah,
but I'm glad we didn't because I didn't watch much of Gray's.
I think this was a good chat. I think if we're doing anything, like we might be at least openly covering what might be like the biggest deception that's ever been undertook.
Or the biggest truth.
No, I think there's a piece of truth. I think there's pieces of truth hidden in their lie. I think that's because they're, for some weird reason, obligated to play this game by bizarre fucking rules. That's a
Vatican bit.
Yeah,
that was a bit of the truth.
Yeah.
Well, Rockfin will be up on Friday after Alien Addict. That will be good. We've got a few people on that now. We don't know what Friday's show is going to be yet, do we?
I think we'll probably touch on Greer.
You got to touch Greer? It's $18,000, bro.
We can't play any of his footage. Anytime you even fucking put anything out from Greer, he claims it. So
Rich is showing it live right now.
Oh, is he?
He was.
Well,
he's in my third phase though. He's good.
He may have been given the
it makes no difference because all he does is claim the revenue off it, doesn't it? So it's the way YouTube revenue is right now. We might as well just play it and like realistically, it's super chats that keep this thing moving now. And unfortunately,
Patreon's Rockfin subscribers.
If
you don't want to come a Patreon and you want to become a Rockfin subscriber, you've got the full Rockfin platform to yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah. And come see us the 21st of June in Nashville.
Buy me a beer. Not late.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll do things for you. Wet, sloppy things.
Really sounded like Predator that for a second.
He did. Kinky.
It's my mating call. I just go. Ollie will hear it at like 2:00 in the morning. Like.
So if you're at the bar next to Lee, and you're a big hairy male, and he makes that noise to you, you know why.
Other than my beard, I'm hairless. So.
Yeah. So yeah, Friday, we'll do a bit of Greer. The Rockfin show. I think you're right, Dave. We should definitely rock on with this. Maybe get Hidden in for that.
The Rockfin show.
He wanted to do some on UFOs.
Yeah, it'd be great.
He's in the chat now. I'm sure he'll say yeah.
Would you like to come on Rockfin with us? It'll be great. I promise.
Absolutely.
I make no promises. So, June 21st.
That's the one.
Come out and see us. Yeah, come out and see us. Touch us.
Afternoon time. Afternoon.
Taste us.
So you just have to. Are we going to get there for about 12, Dave?
Moody knows.
Oh, that's the goal. Yeah.
Afternoon drinking. Yeah. That's what I like to hear.
Right into 3 a.m. when the bars close.
Can you keep up with me? That's the question.
I already know I'm going to carry you back.
Ollie, you had like fucking half an hour off work and you rocked up here hammered.
You had us.
That was tipsy. a little bit merry. You know, I was excited.
About you.
It's just exciting. Yeah. Our brother from Another Mother is in for Rockfin. We shall send you the link, my guy. we will be recording that because it's pre-recorded.
Thursday.
So we'll work out
Thursday?
to go live at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
Try and work it out before. Should we? Can we go
No.
now?
I like to be perfectly honest. This is kind of backstage stuff, but I like doing the third show pre-recorded because it gives us flexibility for when we do it. 3 shows is a lot. If one of us can't do it Thursday, we can do it Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if we get carried away with the free speech and we get too free, we can always fucking chop it fucking out.
Gonna edit a few things.
Yeah.
So what? We got 3 shows before America. We doing this? Are we going to do this? Are we doing a Sunday show still?
Maybe we'll see what goes. See what there is to do on. Maybe we'll skip Sunday because there might be stuff to prepare for before.
We could do Monday before me and you get the bus.
You guys should do it live while you're on the bus. Let everyone hear how fucking crazy you are. Nobody will mess with you.
We could do a live on Monday
on the bus.
You can do lots of lives
in your house because we've got because for some unknown reason we're waiting till 1 o'clock in the morning to get a coach.
There we go.
Yeah, we could do a live on Monday.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm now arranging shows in Ollie's house.
Sounds good to me.
Right. Boom. Good night, guys. Thanks very much for being here on Monday. It's been lovely. I've been brilliant. You've been adequate.
You say it's a 90-year cover-up?
Just about, yeah.
90 years?
1933 was the first recovery in Europe, in Magenta, Italy. They recovered a partially intact vehicle.
It's long been known that the regime of dictator Benito Mussolini documented numerous UAP during this time. This internal memo from the Italian secret services includes crude drawings of the UAPs. It's true. It's real.
Yeah, that actually happened. The Italian government moved it to a secure air base in Italy for the rest of kind of the fascist regime until 1944, 1945. And, the Pope Pius XII back-channeled that.
So the Vatican was involved?
Yeah, and told the Americans what the Italians had, and we ended up scooping it.
So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, they know about the existence of non-human intelligence on this planet?
Certainly.
Time. It's very common. All right. It's very common. People here are circumcised. Not everyone has their foreskin in America. In fact, most don't. Just get used to it.
One of us just got this. One of us just got called the Rolf Harris of ufology. It's like,
which one?
Can you guess what it is yet? It's my fucking penis. That's what it is.
I don't know who the Rolf Harris is. I know somebody keeps joking about, I think it's Moody Mongol, about you guys being in my rose garden. Dude, I don't have a rose garden. I have a vegetable garden, okay? We're organic here. We're organic. Don't panic. It's organic.